Welcome to Blitz. I'm Brian Carter. We got a good show here for you today. A couple of interviews with some softball coaches that took their team to the state title game. We're going to start out at White County High School with our frequent guest, Coach John Brown, the newly crowned 3A state champion Lady Warriors softball team. And we got a lot of the team here behind us as well. But, Coach, state champions, probably doesn't get old hearing it. Talk a little about, has it sunk in yet for you?
Not really. It was a great time this year. These young ladies and the rest of the team did a great job at Columbus this year. They really performed well. They better than my expectations, to be honest about it, but I was so thankful for these young ladies. They played so well all year, and I can't say much about that. I mean, they just came through. They really hit the ball and pitched well and played good defense all year.
Now, last time we talked, we were talking about state rankings, and you said it didn't matter unless you end up winning the state championship. Well, now it does matter because you're the undisputed #1. Talk about going into at that time. I think when we talked, you had not even played the region tournament yet. Going into that, you split a pair with #2 Walnut Grove, and you lost a tough one in the region championship to Oconee County, who was then the #1. From there on out, a lot of teams would probably limp into state at that point, but it was all uphill for you from there on out. 8-0 on your way to a state title. Talk about what the driving force was behind the girls.
Right, we were 8-0 after the region playoffs, and I guess the driving force is they always felt like they could win. They expected to win, and it was fun winning. And they just hit the ball extremely well. We hit over 20 home runs on our run to the state after the regions, and hitting 14 in the state tournament itself. And so that was a big part. Our offense really carried us a lot. We had great pitching by our two pitchers though this year, and timely hitting and by other young ladies.
Coach, you're in a really unique situation. 20 years ago this year, you won a state title in baseball in Florida when you were coaching there. Now you've got your one in softball in the state of Georgia. Talk about how, taking a step back and looking at both of them, how do they compare?
Well, this is a first for me. These young ladies were special to me, and exciting to coach them. Like those young men I had coached in Florida also. In fact, I got an email from one other day and congratulated me, and that played on that 90 team. And but this is a special group of young girls, and they just thrill me, to be honest about it.
Now, Coach, not many people were really surprised to see White County make it in the state playoffs, as you had a great group of girls, a good team, solid nucleus you had. So it wasn't a surprise to much to see them get into state and even to the Elite Eight. But going into the Elite Eight and going without losing a single game in the state tournament, that's quite an accomplishment, and it was kind of rare to see that. So what did you tell them before the Elite Eight in Columbus?
Expect to win. That was basically our saying this year. Expect to win, and that's what they did. I mean, they expected to win. I didn't see anything else but that from them all year. I mean, be honest about it, but especially in Columbus, they were excited about going Columbus, and I felt in their hearts that they were going to win.
Now, like you said, I think your team, you said, hit about 20 home runs down the stretch in the state tournament. A big year offensively for your team. You hit 43 home runs as a team. Stephanie Satterfield hit 16 to tie the state record. Have you ever had that much offense in a lineup before, in baseball or softball?
I had a few in baseball, but nothing compared to this probably. 46. We had 46 home runs. All right. We don't want to get that.
That's awesome.
They will get me if I don't say, yeah, we had 46 home runs.
I apologize for that.
And, of course, Stephanie hit 16 and tied a state record. But Morgan Jacobson, one of our young ladies, came on really strong toward the end and ended up with 12 home runs for the year. And we had other young ladies that hit, besides hitting home runs, they just really hit the ball extremely well. Yeah. Offensively, this is one of the best teams I've ever coached.
Now, Coach, with that explosive offense that you had, you also had the shutdown pitching of Stephanie Satterfield and Callie McDonald. Talk about the impact of just having a team that's able to play at that level offensively, and then other games when the offense isn't there, just to be able to shut down the opponent.
Yeah, definitely these two young ladies did a great job for us. Callie at 15-3 and Stephanie at 14-3 for the year, with an ERA right around a little over 1, both of them. And they just did a great job all year. they just picked each other up. Like in the state, Callie started the state game, and then Stephanie came in, and then Callie came back and finished it, and they worked together all year. And most of the time during the year, they finished most all their ball games. But then we got in the playoffs. They were some back and forth games, and both of them picked each other up, and man, I tell you, they did a great job.
Coach, talk about the perspective of being able to be coaching the team that brings White County its first title since 1981 in any sport.
It's exciting. The community really got behind us. I think all of them are very excited, everybody in White County. It's exciting to me. We got Lady Warrior Softball Day a few days ago on Tuesday. The county commission did it, so it's just been a fun time this past week or so.
Coach Brown, thank you for being on the show, and congratulations on winning a state championship.
Thank you.
And we hope you can do it again next year also.
Okay.
Now when we come back, we're going to have a couple of Coach Brown's players on the show next.